Hey guys, here Gene. Welcome to the GTA 5 Coffee Car episode of the Obey 9F going against the Carbonizzare, the ultimate test between the Ferrari and the Audi, man. So we're gonna see which one's better amongst these two. Now we know that the Carbonizzare handling is completely opposite to the Obey 9F. The thing about the Carbonizzare is it's rather weird actually, because the car is very twitchy. You know, it's like it's very hard to explain, but I'm gonna try my best there, right? So say someone that is walking on the street and the ass is moving left to right, but it's not moving too much to the point they're spinning out, but it's constantly moving left and right because the arse cheek is slightly out of proportion to their body. That is how you explain the Carbonizzare. The Carbonizzare is very rigid, so it sort of does have the tendency to oversteer, but it doesn't, because if you really want to oversteer with the car, you have to push yourself. And the thing about this car is that taking corners is pretty uncomfortable at high speeds because the car is pretty damn fast. You see the acceleration is awesome, but generally speaking, obviously the handling is going to be better for the Carbonizzare anyway, because Obey 9F is pretty poor. Generally, we know that from its oversteering insanity. So you see here, top speed is interesting as well. Thought like maybe give the Obey 9F a little time for it to hit this top speed, as it does take quite a bit of time for it to hit top speed. Not sure if it's going to overtake at this point. It does seem like I'm catching up the Carbonizzare. And by the way, just in case you guys are curious and speculating, the catch up and slipstream are completely turned off for all these comparisons, so don't worry about that. All the tests are fair, and yeah, I'm not dumb enough to forget when doing these. So anyway, you see here, neck on neck nearly. I'm right behind the Carbonizzare. It's taken a very long time, and there you go, right here, bang, its top speed kicks in with the Obey 9F, and the Carbonizzare has already reached its top speed. Somewhere around this point is where the Obey 9F pretty much reaches its top speed, but it keeps going at this point. You know, the Carbonizzare is pretty much capped at its top speed, and it's interesting, you know, it does take a very long time for the Obey 9F to reach its top speed, but you can see here proof that the Obey 9F actually has a better top speed than the Carbonizzare. Well, let me know what your thoughts are about these two actually, because that's interesting. And you see it's 2-1 at the moment. Talk interesting stuff, you know. Four-wheel drive Obey 9F gets smashed by the Carbonizzare without any problems. The Carbonizzare's rear-wheel drive is interesting to see that. Also, the damage test here, $355 to repair the Obey 9F. Carbonizzare, $350, so the Carbonizzare is slightly more durable as well. And that's another interesting point. Wow, 9F's getting smashed here, but customizable options. This goes towards the 9F, hands down, 10 options for this, and for the Carbonizzare, there's 7. Although there's quite decent options here, but not too much for the variety within each category. So 4-2 at the moment, going down to the very last test. We've got the best lap time test. This is where we'll see which is more dominant. Think about the Carbonizzare, when you shoot out of corners, it takes time to straighten up with the car in order to benefit with this acceleration. And that's why you see the Obey 9F dominating, just because it's got a better turning circle, and if you control the oversteer, you're going to benefit more because you shoot out of corners quickly, you straighten up quickly in order for the acceleration to kick in first for the Obey 9F, and obviously the Carbonizzare is slightly delayed, and that's why you sort of get the downside to the sort of handling, I guess. But the thing is, the handling is efficient with the Carbonizzare. Remember, that's the difference. The handling is more efficient than the 9F. The 9F, you're bound to make more mistakes than the Carbonizzare. The Carbonizzare has got good traction, but as I said, it's a weird car, because it doesn't have great traction. It's got good traction, but it doesn't have great level of traction where you're sort of going to take the corner smoothly. You're going to get a little bit of rigidness, where sort of a little bit tail happy there and then, but not to the extent when we say comparing it to the 9F tail happiness. But anyway, that was actually rather slow lap there with the Carbonizzare, surprisingly. But you gotta sort of understand where I'm coming from with the handling. But there you have it. Carbonizzare does take it by a point. Serrano vs Obey is on the screen for you guys to check out. If you haven't seen it already, click the annotation on the screen. It'll take you straight to the video. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Show you soon now. Good night. Peace. Yeah.